Yeah, Buffalo takes on Toledo, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off in the great town of Toledo, Ohio. Now, the Buffalo Bulls open the betting as the 2.5-point favorite, total at 156. And since those markets opened this one up, we are getting two-way action on both the spread and the total. We still are at that 2.5 and 156 number. So once again, the Bulls of Buffalo open and remain minus 2.5. Total open and remains 156. 64% of the consensus is leaning toward Buffalo, and 57% of the consensus is shaded toward the over. Now, Buffalo's taking on a Toledo team who you can't sleep on them. All right, Toledo's 20-4 straight up overall for the year. They're also 15-8 against the spread in their qualifying games. So there's only one game that didn't qualify, but 15-8 against the spread in their qualifying games for the Toledo Rockets. Now, they rank 7th in home offensive rebounding. They also rank 9th in home defensive field goal percentage. So they're getting the job done on their home court. They are led by Jalen Sanford, who's scoring 16 points per contest. Willie Jackson is bringing out 8 rebounds a game as well. Now, Buffalo, on their side of things, they failed to cover in 3 out of their last 4 when taking on teams allowing 67 to 72 points per contest. Buffalo also ranks 210th in road defensive rebounding. And when it comes to the total, Buffalo is 75% to the under, taking on teams allowing 67 to 72 points per contest. Meanwhile, Toledo's 3-1 to the under in their games at the current posted total as well. So with all that said and done, I'm going to go ahead and purchase the hook, buy it up, and take the home dog in this one. Give me the Toledo Rockets +3 and the under 156 in that matchup there. All right, folks, before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Friday's college basketball and NHL action. Happy Friday. The weekend is already here. Hopefully you have some great things planned, or hopefully you have nothing planned. I mean, it really depends on how you get the job done, whether you party, gamble, 48-hour bender, or you just relax and watch a couple games on the couch, drink some beer. It's all good. But anyway, I just want to take this time to quickly remind you to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. And with a documented win percentage of 60% for the entire year of 2017, going back a couple of years, you're certainly costing yourself an opportunity to obtain some valuable information each and every day you're not subscribed. Memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. There's also plenty of free content there as well, so please feel free to just hit that pause button right now. Open up your browser. All you got to do is type in patreon.com/BrockPage. It'll only take a couple of seconds. The link is in the description section below. And if you are a current patron of mine and you are watching me right now, I simply cannot thank you enough. You most certainly make it all worth it. And with all that said and done, let's go ahead and hop right back into some more lines and personal leans. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got St. Joe's at Davidson, 7 o'clock tip-off at Davidson. I forget what their nickname is. I know St. Joe's is the Hawks. Davidson, Cougars, Bobcats, I forget. Davidson is -11 in this matchup here. Totals at 134.5. 54% is leaning toward Davidson, 79% shaded toward the over. Now, Davidson is 18-6 straight up overall for the year. They're also 13-2 straight up on their home court. Now, Davidson ranks 28th in defensive field goal percentage, and they're 7-3 against the number as the official home favorite this year. Now, they're led by Kellen Grady, who's scoring 18 points per contest. They're also led by Luka Brakovic, who's pulling down 7 boards a game as well. Now, St. Joe's on their side of things, they failed to cover in 5 out of their last 6. They're also just 1-6 against the number in their last 7 on the road. The Hawks rank 252nd in the nation in field goal percentage. They're just 8-17 against the number overall for the year. And when it comes to the total, St. Joe is 7-6 to the over on the road. Their defense is allowing 79 points per contest when traveling. Meanwhile, Davidson is 60% to the over in their games at their home court. Give me Davidson -11 and the over 134.5 in that matchup there. All right, next and final game for the show, it is going to be Northern Kentucky at Wright State. 9 o'clock tip-off at Wright State. Wright State, what's their name? I forget. I got to write these down. The Cougars or something? It's a dog or a husky. Anyway, the thing I know is that the Northern Kentucky Norse has the best name in college basketball, but they did not. They're not the favorite right now. Wright State is -1.5, but this one opened as a pick'em contest. This one opened as a pick with the total at 140, and since those markets opened this one up, we've seen steady and consistent money on Wright State. They're now -1.5. So once again, Wright State opened as a pick up to -1.5. Total open remains at 140. 58% are leaning Northern Kentucky Norse, and 67% is shaded toward the over. Now, Northern Kentucky, as great as their name is, they've been horrible against the number. They're just 3-8 against the spread in their 11 games on the road. 0-2 ATS as the official road dog. Wright State on their side of things, they're 7-4 against the spread in their games on their home court. They're also 7-4 ATS as the official home favorite. And when it comes to scoring, Wright State is 6-1 to the under in their games at the current posted total. I'm going to purchase the hook, slide it down, and take Wright State -1, getting the job done at home, and the under 140 in that matchup there. All right, let's go ahead and slide into some NHL. We're just going to cover 2 games in the National Hockey League. So let's go ahead and start with the New York Rangers at the Sabres, 7 o'clock puck drop in Buffalo. Now, the Sabres open the betting as the $1.55 favorite with a total at 5.5. And since those markets opened that one up, we're seeing steady movement on both the money line and the total. We're seeing movement on Buffalo when it comes to an outright winner. We're also seeing motion upward when it comes to the total. Right now, Buffalo's -160. Total moved up to an even 6 goals. So once again, the Sabres opened -155. They're now -160. Total open 5.5 up to an even 6 goals. 55% of the consensus is leaning toward the Rangers. 51% of the consensus is shaded toward the under. Right now, the Rangers are plus $1.35 for some money line cash. Buffalo plus 170 for some puck line cash. Now we have Georgiev projected in net for the Rangers. Ullmark projected in net for Buffalo. That could change by puck drop, but right now at an ungodly hour in the morning, it is Georgiev projected in net for the Rangers and Ullmark projected in net for Buffalo. Now, Buffalo has been very good on the puck line in the past couple of weeks. They're 7-3 against the spread in their last 10. So they're 7-3 in their last 10 puck line plays. They're also winning 83% of their games outright that were played at the current money line price. Now, the Rangers, on their side of things, they're winning just 34% of their games as the official road underdog. They're also winning just 38% of their games at the current market price themselves. And when it comes to the total, the Rangers are 13-6 to the over on the road when the line was 6 or higher. Buffalo 15-9 to the over when Linus Ullmark makes the start. So once again, Buffalo 15-9 to the over when Linus Ullmark makes the start. I'm going to lean toward this is a very chalky play, but I got to lean toward Buffalo at home getting the job done. Give me the Buffalo Sabres -1.5, getting the job done on the puck line, and the over 6 goals in that one. That is a very, I would have to say, public, very square play there. All right, next and final game for the show. It is going to be Bruins at the Ducks, 10 o'clock puck drop in Anaheim. Boston opened the betting in this matchup here as the $1.50 favorite. Total open at 5.5, and since this one opened up, not a whole lot of movement on the total. We're seeing a little bit of movement in the price on the total, but that number has not moved. We're still at 5.5. We are seeing significant movement on the money line, though. We're seeing a 20-cent move in favor of Boston. They're taking a bunch of money. Right now, they're -170. So once again, the Bruins open 150 up to -170. Total open remains at 5.5 goals. 80% is leaning toward Boston. 71% shaded toward the under. The Ducks are plus 150 on the money line. Boston plus 160 on the puck line. Now we have Yaroslav Halak projected in net for Boston. We have Gibson projected in net for Anaheim. Now for Boston, Pasternak is still out indefinitely with that thumb. Gralchek is also questionable with a lower body injury for the Bruins. And speaking of which, the Bruins just 3-6 against the spread in the